Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and we're back out here in the garage for another Garage Gun Talk. I don't think tonight's going to be too exciting. I have some questions to ask you, especially if you are a computer expert, because I need some help backing up some videos for the Texas Gun Vault, and I need to know what you guys recommend. But I just got done filming the Range Report garage portion on this really awesome Noveske No Def. I think this is going to be an awesome Range Report. And even though I felt like when I was recording it, I was stumbling all over my words when I was editing the various segments of it, I was actually pretty impressed with how it all turned out. I'll tell you, when I'm out here and I'm recording, it can be quite difficult because I'm constantly analyzing and thinking about what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. And sometimes I get trapped in my mind and I completely forget about what I'm saying about the gun. And I get a little bit sidestepped in my mind. And then I have to hopefully go back inside and see the video and go, oh my gosh, it actually turned out pretty well. And tonight was one of those nights because I was definitely trapped in my mind going, I sound like an idiot. Well, you guys probably think I sound like an idiot all the time. But in my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, I sound like an idiot. But the final product, I think, is pretty darn good. So I have a little bit of an unboxing as well. And this is kind of an interesting story. This is, I guess, some products from a company called Parabellum Designs. And they are I'm going to say, I think they're an Etsy company. And kind of an interesting story about what's in this box is my wife is a member of a couple of local Facebook groups that I think she joined when our kids were in high school and in school in general. And one is like the Informed Moms of Prosper or Informed Moms of Frisco. I think she's a member of both of those town organizations. And it's just a group where a bunch of ladies just get together and talk about local politics and conspiracy theories and whatever. And I guess on Monday, they have a option that if you have a small business, you can promote it in the group. Because normally, I guess you can't talk business, but on Mondays you can. And I guess there was a woman who said, hey, my husband and I have a company that 3D print firearm stands and other gun-related things that are not firearms. They're just like stands and I think ammo containers and things. And I guess in the group, there was a bunch of anti-gun people that really got on her case, saying, you're the reason that there's so much gun violence and this and that. She's like, I don't make guns. I don't sell guns. I don't do any of that. I just sell stands and other accessory kind of things. And my wife reached out to her and said, hey, my husband has a firearms YouTube channel. He'd be happy to review anything. And we support Second Amendment companies. So they dropped this off at the house today. I have no idea what's in it, so I thought I would unbox it, and we can see, because I plan on doing a nice little review for them to see what they actually make. So let's open this thing up and see what we got. All right, so we have a little letter here. It's to my wife, actually, and I'll give this to her. It says, thank you so much for responding on Facebook. I appreciate your willingness and interest in trying out some of our 3D printed products. I found out later in the day after making the post in the Business Moms of Frisco group that our Parabellum Designs Facebook page got suspended. Probably people were, reporting it or whatever. So we are just bumbling through trying to figure out ways to increase product awareness. Well, that's what I hope to do here because they seem like good people. And we hope you will like what we have. We have very mixed reviews on Amazon. Those that hate it and those that really love our speed ramps. I'll have to see what that is. Please be sure to watch the video on technique. It's on YouTube or Amazon in the product listings. Okay, thanks again. We look forward to hearing back on you and your husband's thoughts. Okay, so that's them. So let's see what we got here. Things look like they're packaged pretty nice. Okay, so it looks like we got a factory second Parabellum Designs. This looks like a AR stand. You know, one of the complaints I've always had about 3D printed stuff is, I guess they can change. I don't know anything about 3D printing, but I guess you can change the quality of the filament and, you know, how durable it is. You can make it very thin or very thick. And this one seems to be pretty thick. It definitely feels like a 3D printed product, but actually it looks pretty darn good. I don't see any issues with it. Looks like it says AR-15 on the top, so we'll have to try that out. What do we got here? We got one that says AR-10. Now, actually, I have an AR-10 on the workbench today. Here's what the bottom looks like. Seems to be pretty durable. And Parabellum Designs. Okay, so we'll try that out in just a second. Then we got, what does this say? This says, thank you for supporting our small Texas-based family. Okay, I don't know what this one is. Okay, it looks like it has some. I'll have to figure out what this is. So this is what this looks like. Obviously, it's a stand of some kind. Doesn't say on the little thing that comes with it. And this is the Universal Magazine Speed Loader. I'll have to learn how this thing works. So 40 and 9mm. Typically, I'm not a big fan of speed loaders, but I'll definitely give this thing a shot here. And it looks like we have different settings on the back. One says single stack, 1.5. I don't know. I'll read all about it. And we get, I guess we get some stickers, and we get, not really sure what this is. So we'll have to read up on all this stuff. So their packaging looks pretty nice. But while I am here, let's go ahead and see if this AR-10 stand actually works. So let me clear the workbench here. And I know that I'm a big fan of supporting local businesses and Second Amendment businesses. So here we go. So I have this Noveske No Def. It's an AR-10 lower. It's their N6 lower. So let's go ahead and put it on here. And it works. It locks into place. So yeah, there you go. That's actually really cool for display. So far, I'm a big fan of that. It seems to have holes for if you wanted to screw it down to like a workbench or something, or maybe a shelf. But yeah, I mean, there you go. It's holding up the Noveske with no problem. So yeah, it looks good. It works good. And I'll give all of these a thorough review. Okay, what does it say on this one? Okay, this one says AR-15 for PMAG. Oh, so I guess it's a... Okay, so this most likely is going to be a stand if you have an AR-15 with a PMAG. I don't have one of those. Wait, I do. Hold on. Let's go see if that's what this is. All right. We'll take my 300 Blackout SBR here. And... Okay, we have a PMAG. Let's see if that fits in here. Oh, yes, it does. Okay, so the PMAG fits in that quite tight. Okay, well, there's that. It's kind of a interesting angle on it, but maybe it should go in the other way? Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. Okay, there you go. Okay, that is a really cool idea. So it's a stand, you use a PMAG, and it holds the gun up, and it's working. Yeah, I know my material here on the workbench is not even, but it's holding in there just like it should. It seems to be pretty well balanced. I mean, I'm trying to like knock it over. See, my other hand is over here, and it goes back to where it's supposed to. So far, so good on this one. And here's the AR stand. Got an AR over here. So let's try this one out. And it also works. So here you go. I got the 3 stands. They're all working pretty good. They look nice. The texture is just a little bit rough, but that's what I'm used to seeing from 3D printed objects. But I got no problems at all. These things work pretty good. So I guess I just have to figure out the speed loader. That's it. And figure out what this is. I don't know what this is. I'll have to ask them. So there you go. Cool. All right. So this will be an upcoming product review. I don't see why they would get a negative review, but I seem to like it. And they're called, once again, Parabellum Designs. Parabellum Designs. And they just make 3D printed rifle stands, it looks like, and a magazine loader that I have to learn how to use. So there you go. That will be just an upcoming project, and I'm really glad to have this to review because I really seem to like it, and they all seem to work, and they're all standing here on the workbench, and I actually think these would be great for the workbench when I'm looking at doing thumbnails, if I'm looking at working on guns here on the bench that I don't want to necessarily put on the vice block because I'm not, cranking down on them. Yeah. It seems to work really good, and I'm impressed with them. So anyway, there you go on that. So that's all the unboxing and upcoming project stuff. So tell me what you think about these products, and would you ever find them useful and use them? All right, so I got one more thing to ask you, and I need some help. I have reached the point as I'm getting better in my editing and recording processes. And by the way, I've never taken like a class or anything on how to edit. Everything you see on the channel is just me learning how to do it. I have my kids that kind of help me, but I've gone beyond what they've taught me and kind of figured things out. In the future, you're going to start noticing that the video quality hopefully will go up because now I'm able to film and edit in 4K. Now, I don't know if you really want to see my beautiful face in 4K, but you're going to get it in about 11 months. That's when the videos start rolling out. But 4K videos require a lot more storage space, and I save every video that I make. Now, I get rid of all of the kind of raw data over time. I keep it for a while in case I need to edit the video later, but after a while, I get rid of it because it just takes up so much storage space. And the external hard drive and my secondary internal hard drive on my computer are just about full. And now that I'm making 4K videos, I need a lot more storage space. So if you are a computer kind of guru and expert, I'm looking for, and tell me if this is the way to go, I'm looking for a external solid state drive that has lots of memory, but I don't want to necessarily break the bank. So do you guys have anything that you would recommend that you know of, any products that you use with lots of memory? So I'm probably going to need something with multiple terabytes, but it's a solid state external drive. So what do you guys recommend if you're a computer person? Because I need to start saving all this data on multiple locations. So in case something happens, I still have all of the videos of the Texas Gun Vault. That was the biggest mistake I made on my old channel before it got taken down. I lost so much content that I can never get back. So let me know, and I would appreciate your help because I got to look into that. And whoa, one more thing too. I apologize. I have a backlog of emails in my inbox of the TexasGunVault@gmail.com that people that I know watch this channel have sent me questions and so forth. I am so sorry that I'm so far behind on those. I will do my very best to get those answered in the next day or so. I promise you, I'm so far behind. I just got so much going on around here because pretty much every moment I have here that I'm not doing something that's business related for my main, day job or family, I'm out here filming content and not doing other things. So anyway, let me know what you think. So if you watch to the end of today's video, the word of the day is going to be Parabellum. Parabellum, because Parabellum Designs sent all this stuff for me to review, and actually I'm pretty darn impressed with it. So tell me what you think of their stuff and what you think about anything I talked about in this video. So thank you for joining me here in the garage, and as always, thanks for watching.